Connor, you look like a middle school librarian.
That's exactly what I was about to say. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 32 of Split Screen Media. I am your host, Connor. With me, as always, is my beautiful co-host. Why are you laughing at me? My beautiful co-host, Chris Blankenship.
Hey, everybody.
And returning for, I think it's like the fourth or fifth time, our main man, Seabass. Thank you for being on the show again.
I don't think it's been 5 times, but yeah, I guess we can roll with that.
4 or 5, whatever.
First time for season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Back for season 2. So we have a lot to discuss. I know everyone is chomping at the bit. They are anxiously awaiting our Suicide Squad review. But we are going to push that back to next week. Chris hasn't seen it yet, and we want to make sure everybody's seen it in case there's spoilers or like we kind of get into that area when talking about it.
Way to call me out.
Wait.
Yeah, I didn't mean to put you on blast. I just want everyone to know why this week we're just going to be focusing on the box office, or should I say the disappointing box office return of Suicide Squad. So I have some figures here. It looks like the first Suicide Squad movie had a opening weekend of $133.7 million.
It's that Will Smith money. Woo woo!
That's exactly what it is. And then this Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad as it's titled, is made $26.5 million over the weekend.
That Pete Davidson
That's
money.
garbage.
So
that's the Pete Davidson money.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of reasons for this, which we're going to get into. But Seabass, do you want to give? I feel like I haven't really talked to you about this movie yet, but do you want to give your general thoughts on why this is so disappointing? Because I think you and I feel pretty similarly about this movie.
Why the box office was so low?
Well, yeah, but like, what did you think about the movie? I guess just in general, without giving away any spoilers.
I actually liked it. I mean, obviously, it's way better than the first one. I mean, that's like without a doubt. I like that the movie enjoyed itself a lot more. I feel like James Gunn really killed it. I mean, there's some ridiculous shit, and I mean, I could nitpick it, but overall, they had fun with the movie. So it's hard to nitpick a movie where it's like they're not taking themselves seriously in the first place, and they have like those small little moments. But like, I don't know. Overall, I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 personally, but that's only because of I want to get in Catcher 2's pants. You know what I'm saying? She's like unconventionally hot to me.
I totally agree. It's the Ant-Man the Wasp thing with Ghost all over again.
Oh yeah. I'd see that movie again just to watch her.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I totally agree with all that. And I would say I think this is the best comic book movie I've seen in maybe 2 or 3 years, which is shocking. I really thought this movie was going to be terrible, and it's excellent. It really, I think, like you said, it doesn't take itself seriously at all.
It felt like I was watching a comic book and I wasn't watching a movie. That's a weird thing to say, but like you said, it's like the best comic book movie, where it's like it just felt like I was reading a comic book or watching a comic book. It didn't feel like a real movie.
It's broken up into sections like a comic book too. Like it has the fun little title cards that are sort of built in universe to make it feel like one long storyline. Yeah, this movie is incredible for everything from the writing to the directing. The visuals in particular in this movie, I think, are absolutely stunning. And it's such a nice change of pace from what we normally get in these, which is like, a couple actors on a green screen soundstage and they just fill in everything later. Like you really feel like you're invested in this world because it feels like dirty and grimy and gross, but also really colorful and sort of out there. But yeah, so we're going to get into our full review next week, but I really just want to talk about why this movie failed. And I think there are a couple reasons. One of which I think the biggest reason is COVID. The Delta variant is, very much at play right now, and people are scared to go out and they're scared to go to the theater. So it doesn't shock me that this movie is doing more poorly than normal. But The other thing too is that it released on HBO Max for essentially free. If you have the subscription, you get to watch it for free. And then also, I think it's connected to a movie that's bad. It's, the one before this is a bad movie. So people see the trailer for this one. They're like, oh, I saw that other one. That movie sucked. I'm not going to go see this, which is really disappointing, I think.
Can I add another one?
Yeah.
I think the marketing sucked for it. You guys have like convinced me more to see this movie than any advertisement for this movie has. And I've seen like advertisements for this movie just like, scrolling through Reddit or Facebook or whatever, like, you get those. They weren't convincing. They were just like a photo of like one of the characters or something. But the way you guys are describing it, like, I actually kind of want to see it.
The only trailer I saw for the movie was like the first reveal trailer during like that DC fandom thing, and it was just a trailer where it was like a screen like picture dump of all the like all the Suicide Squad members, and I mean like that's all I knew about it. Other than that, I wasn't really interested in it. Like I didn't know it was out until the week before it was out.
That's the thing is like I didn't know anything beyond the characters. That's all the advertising was that I saw. And it's like, that's not enough to make me go see the movie unless you want to go see it for like a certain character. But like a lot of these characters, we don't have prior attachments to. Like if you saw an Avengers poster that had Spider-Man, you know who Spider-Man is or something, but this, it's not the same feeling.
Yeah, this that almost, when not for the marketing, but when you're actually in the movie, I think that works to the movie's advantage because it's really fun. One of the best parts about this movie is getting to know all these new characters and how well I think they're all written and how well their arcs develop over the 2+ hours that the movie is. But it's really fun to see these characters and not to have like, hey, there's fucking Batman again, there's Superman again. Like it's really nice to be able to basically them to open the bottom drawer of like garbage comic book characters and just throw them all in this movie, like Polka Dot Man or Ratcatcher. Like shit, nobody cares about these people, so you can really do whatever you want. Which is why this movie is also, again, it's rated R and it is crazy violent, like so violent.
Well, that's what I was saying is basically like I love the idea that they're taking new characters and fleshing them out and we get to see new characters. But from the marketing aspect, that's not a good way to sell the movie.
No.
Especially like if it was a movie about just one character, like that would make sense. But this is about a bunch of characters and I don't know. The marketing didn't grab me like you guys just did.
Yeah, it's kind of
also, well, I was gonna say you also tied it to the fact that this is the same name or almost the same name as the first Suicide Squad, which tanked. Well, was a really bad movie. I wouldn't say it tanked, but
it's more successful than this one, unfortunately. But that's the thing that I think that's why this bums me out so much is that movie is so terrible. It made a lot of money off the Suicide Squad name and the DC name, and obviously, it proves to me that sometimes the Warner Brothers executives are right because people go, hey, look, there's Joker, there's Harley Quinn, I have to see this movie. But then someone shows people a trailer and it's like, hey, look, guys, it's Polka Dot Man. Like it doesn't have the same brand power, and people who are kind of wishy-washy on seeing these movies now definitely aren't going to go out to the theater and risk it during the middle of a pandemic for a movie they think is going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was one of the biggest issues with this. I want to get into this so much. Like I love this movie, but
you also got into how it's free with an HBO Max subscription, which is how much is an HBO Max subscription? Like $10 a month?
So it's $10 without ads, and then 15 $10 with ads, 15 without ads.
So a $15 subscription is cheaper than, I mean, this is kind of like the same Black Widow thing. Like $15 just like to buy a month of HBO Max is way cheaper than watching this movie one time. And
is
you get
that all you
shit.
Get with Black Widow? Do you only get to watch it once?
Yeah. No, you get to watch it indefinitely. I thought. Yeah, once you.
Or is it like one of those like For a period of time. I remember I think for HBO Max it's a period of time for some movies because I remember I watched like that one musical in the Heights. I was like, damn, I want to watch that movie again. And then they're like, oh nope, it was only out on HBO Max for 2 weeks. Now you gotta like buy it. So that was pretty shitty. But
Yeah, a lot of the new ones, what they'll do, yeah, they'll put it on HBO Max for a window of time, and then it goes away forever.
So while I was comparing it cheaper than the movie theater, it looks like I can still watch Black Widow right now. After I got the premiere access for it. So I mean it's the differences between Disney Plus and HBO Max. But I was just comparing how you could buy Black Widow. Why is that funny? Oh, Seabass changed his.
He's changed his picture. Yeah, sorry.
sorry about that.
God, those Anakin memes, A1, dude.
What the fuck was I saying?
It's
Sorry.
talking about Black Widow.
Yeah.
It's cheaper, like $30 for Black Widow is cheaper for two people than going to the movie theater. Same thing here. It's cheaper, way cheaper for almost one person to do HBO Max at home, especially if you already pay for the subscription.
Especially if you were grandfathered in when it was like when it was only $10, because the people that were paying $10 for the subscription got to keep that rate. So if I'm paying $10 a month, like I'm not gonna fucking see any movie in the movie theater.
Yeah,
God damn
I bum it, so I pay nothing.
I didn't know that. I was doing the $10 a month thing, and then I turned it off for a while. And when I turned it back on, I was like, oh, I guess they increased their price, but I could have kept it $10 this whole
Yeah,
time.
if you never canceled and like kept it, they'd let you keep it.
Oh, God damn it. Listen, this movie was worth 50. It was worth $30.
Oh, I agree. It's definitely worth the money.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. This, I also kind of want to retract something I said on not last podcast, but 2 podcasts ago. I said that Black Widow was just fine. Black Widow is a bad movie, and this movie makes me hate that movie more. It's an interesting like dynamic because the more I think about Black Widow, the more I hate it, and the more I think about Suicide Squad, the more I like it. Like it's just one of those that they went on completely separate paths, and everything, I said this about Loki too, but everything I hate in Black Widow comic book wise is there, and then everything I love about comic book movies is in stuff like Loki and Suicide Squad.
I missed the episode where you guys talked about Black Widow. What did you guys think about it?
I did not like it. Chris was more favorable. Favorable, I think.
It was like slightly above average, like 6 out of 10. I don't remember what I gave it, 6 or 7 or something like that.
I think I would agree with that, 6 or 7. But I mean, as a movie, I would give it a 4. And then Florence Pugh, she puts that.
I was gonna say Florence Pugh definitely adds a point or two.
Every time she was on screen, I was like, first of all, she was good in her role, and second of all, just boner, full on, dude.
Florence Pugh is a 12 out of 10, easily.
12 out of 10. Oh my god. Thank God she's the new Black Widow. Or she's not, but whatever.
Yeah, no, I think she was fine in the movie. I just think the movie is like so fucking bland and boring. And which is the exact opposite of what this movie is, which is like crazy stylized and so goddamn entertaining the entire time.
How's the soundtrack?
Soundtrack is fine.
It's not noticeable. It's not like there's no moments I can recall where I'm like, this is the perfect track to this like scene. It's like whatever. It's definitely a background.
Yeah, okay. He does the James Gunn thing where like in Guardians of the Galaxy, he sort of brought back a bunch of 70s and 80s pop songs, and that kind of serviced the story. This is sort of the same, but it's like 70s, 80s, 90s rock songs. So there's a couple of those sprinkled in, but it wasn't like the original Suicide Squad where there was a new licensed track every 5 seconds. Like this helped me, I think, get more immersed in the world. Whereas that one, it just kind of ripped me out,
Gotcha.
Chris, have you seen the original Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I don't know if I went with you guys or not. I don't remember. I've seen it though.
Okay.
Don't you remember, Connor? We strapped him to a chair and forced him to watch it. And he was foaming at the mouth 3 minutes in.
Like that Clockwork Orange scene.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no one strapped me down. That's exactly how I felt when I watched it. Jesus Christ, is that a bad movie? There's an interesting thing with David Ayer, though, the director of that first one. He sort of had this really long post about his life up until this point, like what got him to direct Suicide Squad. And he was like, I was homeless for a while, I was living on the streets, I was in the military for a period of time, which caused me to write Training Day, and then that led to Fury, blah blah blah. And he talks about all the stuff that was supposed to be in Suicide Squad, like his cut of it, I guess. And how that never got released. So now there's like, just like the Zack Snyder thing, there's like a release the Ayer cut hashtag on Twitter.
I don't think I want to see that anyways.
No, I don't really think. I mean, it's definitely going to be better, but like, it's still not going to be good. Like, I don't know. I'm
well,
not interested in that at all.
If the James Gunn version ever came out, it probably would have be good. But you can, in the movie, James Gunn, I feel like what he did was like a big, like, two middle fingers, fuck you, where like he literally took like the original Suicide Squad movie and he was like, I'm gonna make this but better. So it's like he took like the same themes, like the same interactions, but he was like, this is what they needed to do and this is how they should have handled it. And then he just fucking knocked it out the park. So like if they were to release the other cut, I mean, like it's just gonna be probably a grittier version of James Gunn. So
yeah, this is definitely the title is very tongue in cheek. It's not, Suicide Squad again, it's the Suicide Squad. This is the definitive version of those characters. And yeah, I think seeing the Ayer cut now would be kind of pointless. I agree with you on that.
I'd go into more detail, but it'd spoil things for Chris.
Yeah. I think what really surprised me was the emotional weight that this movie had. Like, there's some actual emotional moments that I was not expecting from a fucking Suicide Squad movie, but
no, and that's what I'm saying. Where like, that's what I'm saying. Where like, Suicide Squad tried to do those moments, but it just missed. But this one like hit those like specific moments where it's like, this is what they're trying to build this character to be in the original Suicide Squad, but in this one, like they nailed it. And it's just hard to like not spoil anything.
It is, yeah. Chris, to not give you like, an over sense of how like good it's going to be and then you be let down. I will say there are a lot of jokes in this. There's not like a ton of jokes in general, but half of them that are in there, to me at least, didn't really land.
They're all dick jokes.
There's a lot of dick jokes. It kind of felt like a 15-year-old writing for an 11-year-old audience. Like, it didn't feel like an R-rated joke, Do
they fit within like these characters?
Yeah,
like that are making them.
For some of them do, for sure.
Okay.
But there were a few that just kind of fall on their face. There's some genuinely funny moments in this movie, though. I'm thinking, I don't want to spoil anything, but Seabass early on with Nathan Fillion's character, there's a couple very funny moments with him that I think, Chris, you're gonna like.
So I'm looking at this this article that I don't know who was predicting it, but they were predicted 70 million global opening, 30 million from US, Canada, and 40 million abroad, which kind of they nailed it.
Well, it's 30 million total, though, is what they got.
No, it was 70 global.
Oh, it was 70 global.
Yeah, it was only like 27 million or whatever you said from domestic.
It
okay.
cost like 128 million to make this movie, right?
185 million.
85. Ooh.
They made 71 million opening from global.
And we don't know, again, this is the same conversation we had with Black Widow, but we don't know the streaming numbers, like in terms of how many people reactivated their HBO accounts or like, continued to subscribe for this movie. And we'll never have that information because they won't release stuff like that.
Yes, this is 70 million from, so 30 million or whatever, 26 million from the 4,000 North American theaters, and then the 45 million from the global, like the other territories. And then, we don't know streaming numbers. I don't know if we'll ever know streaming numbers.
Well,
feels like they keep that close to the chest.
That's I don't know how HBO Max operates, but I know for like Netflix, if you put out something with Netflix, you as the creator can see the numbers. Like you can like log in and be like, okay, my show has reached like 7 million like watch it like viewers. But I don't know if HBO will do like Max does that with like the studios where it's like you as a studio can see these numbers or like they can see the numbers but they can't like release them or stuff like that. I don't know how like the legal jargon that they have.
Yeah, that seems to be the problem with Black Widow as well, which is why, the whole Scarlett Johansson thing is happening with the lawsuit, because she allegedly wasn't told about the Disney Plus agreement. And, a part of her payment is that. I won't get into that whole thing again. We talked about it before, but yeah, I'm glad that it's at least at 70 million, Chris, because I thought it was 30 million worldwide, which was like really, really bad.
No, 30 million domestic.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, so they're I mean, they still have a way to climb, but and I don't think that 185 includes any marketing, but I mean, I can't imagine they spent that much on marketing with how little
It's funny you say that, because apparently they did, which I think is nuts. It was I could be wrong on this. I'll put it up on screen if I'm wrong. I'll research it later. I want to say it was like $100 million in marketing, but if that's true, then yeah, they completely failed at their job because nobody went to go see this thing.
They could have burned that for little Russian orphans to keep them warm, and it would have been a better use of the money.
Yeah, for real. I'll say this though too, like this is the best James Gunn movie I think since Guardians of the Galaxy 1. I have been, very vocal about my hatred of Guardians 2, because I think my biggest problem with that movie is that every time it tries to have an emotional moment, it's like undercut with a terrible joke, and that's the whole movie. The story is not engaging at all, and this to me was the exact opposite. This had like great characters, great character development. It's funny, Seabass, I told Joey that this felt like if Quentin Tarantino did a superhero movie, just because of the style and the editing. And it turns out the guy who edited Once Upon a Time in Hollywood also edited this movie. So I was like, oh, okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. The way they cut from scene to scene, and like that's what I was thinking when I was watching the movie too. I was like, they're doing like this whole Tarantino shit where it's like back and forth, very like it's like, oh, this was 3 days earlier. This is present day. This was 2 days into the yesteryear. Shit like that.
Yeah, it plays with time a lot in this movie in terms of jumping around. So I think that was definitely heavily influenced from that. But the camera work feels that way too, like the hard pans around the room and then it kind of stops on something. Like and the camera shakes a little bit and it goes into something else. It's a very stylized film, and I think people are going to take notice of that compared to like the normal Marvel reverse shot look, green screen background. Like this is such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
But speaking of Marvel movies, I'll put my glasses on for this one. Chris and I had a fun little idea, and Seabass, I know you were excited about this too, but we are going to rank every single MCU film and recent TV show. And I'm very excited to do this with you guys. Now, the person who made this tier list added movies and TV shows that aren't out yet, and I don't know how to get rid of them.
Just leave them
at the
there.
bottom.
Yeah, we don't have to place them.
Yeah, so we're just gonna leave those here. Like it was No Way Home and Shang-Chi and like all the stuff that hasn't come out. So we'll leave those at the bottom.
I think they were thinking ahead.
Yeah,
this will still be relevant.
Yeah, it might just be placeholders until like the actual posters for these movies come out. But regardless, how do you guys want to do this? Do you want to go just in order from where they're listed? Do you want to do like the order they are in the MCU?
So you can go ahead and start and put all the Spider-Man in the F tier category.
Gotcha, no problem.
We can just go in or let's just go in order.
Go in order.
It's
okay.
not a big deal. We could go chronologically, but
Yeah, that might make it a little tough. We'll just go in order. I like that.
Yeah.
So first off, we talked about this earlier, but Ant-Man and the Wasp. Um, I would feel pretty comfortable putting this in B or A, but I want to know what you guys think.
You said Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah, so this is the Ant-Man 2.
That's the second one?
Mhm.
Non-bias. I'd put it in B tier probably. Wait, okay. Before we place these things, what exactly is S tier?
S tier is,
what would you define? Like what how do you get S tier?
I think S tier is like best of the best, like it's top tier Marvel. It's like the best it could possibly be. So let's start, for example, I would put Captain America, Winter Soldier S tier.
Okay.
Do you guys like, do you think that's a good starting point for S?
My
Yeah.
S tier is, so I can tolerate that there. I think it's very high A tier. My S tier is kind of like, it's a like only like a few movies should go up there. It's like really good movies are A, but like the best of the best is S.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it should be like 3 or 4 movies / TV shows max.
Yeah, like it's not one that we just throw, movies in there, movies or TV shows in there.
Okay, how about we do for S tier, we do one movie, one TV show. Like this is definitively the best Marvel movie. This is definitively the best Marvel TV show.
Okay,
We
then
do
let's wait.
2 movies.
Yeah, let's say 2 movies, 1 TV show.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I'd say that too.
Okay, yeah, because there's way less TV shows, so we'll do
there's
2
only, like,
movies.
3 of them.
All right. So let's start back at the beginning. Where is okay? Yeah. So we'll hold off on that for now. But Ant-Man and the Wasp, are you guys cool with B?
I put B tier.
I'm cool with B. Yeah.
Okay. I would say if there's a spot between A or B, that's probably where I would put this. But
I'm
it's
pretty
a
middle of the road B.
It's a really solid movie. The jokes are actually funny. Paul Rudd is great. I really enjoy that movie. This one, I think Chris and I are going to be similar, but Seabass.
What is that? I can't see it.
Which I can't see it either.
So it's Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok? Thor Ragnarok. Okay, so the best Thor. The best.
Oh, whoops! I did not mean to do that. I would put this C because I think it's half of a good movie.
I'd put it at the bottom of B, to be honest.
So I still need to rewatch it because my first watch, it's an F.
No,
so we're all over.
I think I need to watch it because I only remember the first half, and I enjoyed the first half. Okay, put it in C tier because if I remember only enjoying one half of the movie, then that makes sense that it should be half of the yeah.
No,
yeah,
I think,
and I'm willing to like kind of pad the F that I would give it right now because I do want to rewatch it with an open mind.
It is Ragnarok the one with Hela?
It is the one with Hela.
Oh.
Are we just ranking these on how hot the villains are?
No, we'll do that tier list for later. We'll just
Okay.
keep it in C. I think C is good.
Yeah. No, I think all the stuff on Sakaar in this movie, the Jeff Goldblum stuff, really fun.
Yeah, I don't like all the Asgard stuff, to be honest.
Asgard stuff is boring, and like most of the jokes in this movie do not land. They are not funny.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, pretty much all of them.
Yeah. Let's just put it in C for now, and then like we'll see what else it shares that block with.
Connor, can we go through all the movies and then circle back to the TV shows?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
All right. So Civil War is up next.
C. Put that shit in C. Why are you hovering over B?
C for Civil War.
I do not like Civil War. I don't know why. It's just
It's you and Joey both, man.
I could do B.
All right, I'll settle for top of C tier or bottom of B tier.
That's interesting. I would put this A.
I do not think it's an A+ movie. Or
I really like Civil War. I'll compromise though. I think B is good.
Okay.
I like it. I do like it. I think it deserves more than a C though.
Okay. Well, I'll say B.
I think it's certainly better than Ragnarok.
Yeah. No, that's why I said like top of C tier. I just let's see some other movies, and then
All right. I mean, this one's hard to complain about. First Avengers, I would say, is pretty
A tier.
solid A.
I'd say A tier.
Oh, really? Wait, did you say B or A?
Today.
Oh, okay, yeah. Chris, you cool with that?
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll talk about the other Avengers in a second.
Oh, can we just put that straight in F right now? Can we just? I think we're all thinking about the same Avengers. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, just put that shit straight in the F tier.
This is not a good movie. I would probably put it D. I don't think it quite reaches like bottom tier trash, but it's not a good film.
I'm cool with
wait, hold on. Okay, look, there's only like 2 other movies that could compete for trash. So
that's what I was gonna say. I'm cool with D tier, but I feel like there's not a lot of movies that are gonna hit F. So like compared to the rest of the cinematic universe, I'm more leaning towards F.
Okay.
Or we could put it in D. We'll probably
we'll put it in
rearrange
D
them
for
at the
now.
end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
D for now. We'll change later if necessary.
Yeah. If F is too thin, we'll change it.
All right. Next up, we got Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Let Chris take control of this because I already see you hovering up there. No, I was kidding.
Well,
No, I would put it up there too.
Yeah, wait, is this This is Homecoming. That's the first one, right?
This is the first one.
Okay.
I don't love this movie. I like it's a fun comedy, but it's not a good Spider-Man movie. So I would probably put it around C. But
who's the villain again?
Vulture.
Oh, Vulture. And then they had that whole plot line where he was like fucking the daughter.
Yes.
I put it in B tier.
Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, it sounds about right. I really like this movie.
I think it's a solid movie, but I think they could have pulled out a little like more Spider-Man wise.
I think I would probably put it high B, but I think group consensus probably would end up being B. Yeah.
Yeah, I would put it C. But I will compromise. I think B is okay.
That movie felt like the whole thing, I don't know. It felt like there were no stakes in that movie as compared to the second one.
There's absolutely no consequences in the
There's
first.
no consequences. Like it was like, it's like, hey buddy, do better next time. You're lucky I'm here. It was like always, it was just that the whole time. There was like nothing. Yeah, there's like no consequences. There's like, I felt at like no part in the movie where I was like, oh shit, like what's gonna happen? It just felt like a fun time. It just felt like a fun time to me.
Yeah, it's a solid film. Nothing really wrong with it, from a movie perspective, but is not a great representation of Spider-Man as a character. But moving on here, we have Ant-Man 1, which I actually like a lot. I think it's much better than people give it credit for, and I'd probably put it B, but I'm curious what you guys think.
This is when she had the short hair, right?
Yeah, this is short hair Evangeline Lilly.
I don't really remember this movie that much. So
me neither. I'd say let's just put it at the bottom of B. I trust your word, Connor.
Yeah, I'll trust you, Connor, on this one.
Okay. I feel like a lot of these movies are going to end up in B because a lot of them are just like, okay, like they're solid.
Yeah.
We'll have to rearrange in a second. And like anything that's like low B should drop to C if it's too thin.
Yeah. No, I agree.
We'll have to spread it out a little bit when we're done.
I actually wouldn't even mind doing this.
I'm cool with that. Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
If you guys are okay. Yeah. Because I think this is a little bit below average in terms of the writing, the script. But yeah, okay, let's do that for now. Maybe we can readjust later. So for audio listeners, Thor Ragnarok is now in D and Age of Ultron is now in F. Yeah, No Way Home is not out yet. Miss Marvel's not out yet. We're going to skip TV show for now. So Iron Man 2. This is probably the Marvel movie I've seen the most just in my life.
This is the one where it's the whip Donnie Trejo.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo. Did I say Donnie? Danny Trejo. Well, that's his name, Donnie Trejo.
It's Mickey Rourke, but I love that you were wrong too. It's Daniel Trejo. Oh, that's
We'll call him
amazing.
Donnie Trejo, or he was like, I don't work for you now, cause I'm the master of my own destiny. Some shit like that.
Pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Uh,
Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer in this movie is delightful. He might be one of my favorite MCU villains of all time.
and this is the first appearance of Don Cheadle, right?
It is the first appearance of Don Cheadle. They kicked old Terrence Howard. They kicked his ass out.
I'd put it. I'm not gonna. I don't think I like the movie at all, to be honest.
I would probably put this in B, but if you guys are feeling like it's not as good, maybe we could do C.
I put it in C.
My
I don't.
vote's sorry.
I don't regret watching it, and like it was a cool movie, but I wasn't like impressed. I would say for me C. I would say it was like middle of the line, like base Marvel movie.
I really enjoyed the movie. I wouldn't say like A level. So my vote would be B because I think it's above average, but not like super great.
My vote would also be B. So I'm comfortable putting it here for now, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to watch the movie again.
I'm like hesitant because like B's getting kind of thick, but
Well, let's talk about a movie that isn't B. Let's go Iron Man 1.
Oh, I put that in A. I put that in A tier, man.
I would also put that in A tier.
I solid A. I
Solid
think
A
that's
tier.
yeah.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. All right. This one also an easy one for me at least. This is F tier through and through. Thor
Which one is
Thor 1? Yeah.
Thor 1.
Yeah. Whoa, hold up. Can we just like not put Thor 1 and 2 on the list?
Why?
Because they're just. I feel like F tier will get too cluttered with them. There. But
I could upgrade Thor 1 to D.
yeah, I would say Thor 1 is definitively better than Thor 2.
100%.
But Ragnarok is there. I think Ragnarok is better than both of those movies.
Right. Oh, I forgot. Okay, put it at the top of F tier, teetering on D tier. That's what I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think this belongs in F. It is not a good movie. And then what's next here? We have blah blah blah. Oh, another club, another F club.
Oh yeah, Miss Marvel, or what is that? No, Marvel,
Captain Marvel. Yeah, I'm
tier.
very comfortable putting this in F.
F tier. Brie Larson isn't even hot, except for in that Jimmy Kimmel interview.
How dare you?
What?
No, I think she's very pretty. But yeah, no, this is F tier movie easily. This is going to be a controversial pick for me. I fucking love Iron Man 3. I would put it A, easy. But I think you guys maybe a little lower.
I think low A is my vote. I think Iron Man 1 and 3 are better than 2. So I would put it in A.
Seabass, what do you think?
Oh no, I liked Iron Man 3 with the Mandarin. I mean, like, yeah, I like what they did with him, because like it definitely threw me off, because I was expecting the fucking Mandarin with the 10 rings, but it's not. It's just like some dude, and it's like a symbol, and then it dealt with like the aftermath of the Avengers, which I liked a lot. So yeah, I put it in A. I don't like the fucking Pepper Potts shit though, with the powers and the nano machines, son. I don't know, man. I didn't like that part.
Some of the extremists can get a little dry, but yeah, I definitely think this is better than most. I would put
first 75% of the movie, I would say, is phenomenal, and then the rest is nah.
Agree. Shane Black did a great job. Super fun, super stylized. Love it. A tier. Yeah, I think this is where this is the one. So this for me is my favorite Marvel movie. It's Captain America Winter Soldier, and I would put this S tier, but I'm curious where you guys land on this one.
I would put that. Hold on. We can only have 2 S tier movies. Let me look at the list real quick.
It's at least A, and I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember loving it when it first came out.
No, I agree. I completely agree.
I really, yeah. Daniel Bruhl as a villain is awesome. I can go S.
I'd go
Okay.
S with that.
Yeah. I'm just
Alright.
looking at what other movies are here, and
Yeah,
I think
that's what I was looking at too. But
I think yeah.
I think you can make S.
hmm
All right. Next up, we got Avengers Infinity War. This to me, I think would sit very comfortably at C. I think it's like a lot of it is really good, and a lot of it I didn't like at all. So I think on the whole, C is pretty average. I think this is a pretty average movie, but
It felt like a long movie, which is like you can't complain technically because it's like setting
Isn't
up.
it? It is a long movie, isn't it?
It is no, but I mean like there's movies where you watch it for like 2 hours and you're like absorbed and you're like holy shit, like you don't really feel the 2 hours. But with Infinity War, like I did have an urge to look at my watch at least like once or twice because it just felt like they're dragging on things where they didn't need to drag, you know. So
Yeah,
I'd put it in C tier.
I just looked it up. It was the longest one at time of release. Yeah, I'm cool with C tier.
okay. I know I'm gonna be accused of burning through these very early. I actually was hoping we would have more S tier slots, but Guardians of the Galaxy 1 to me is S tier. I think it's the pinnacle of what a Marvel movie should be. But I'm also okay if you guys
I put that in A
decided
tier.
like A tier.
I am okay putting it in S tier, but if
we could only have 2 S tier, I wouldn't put it in S tier.
well, I'm looking at what's left.
Maybe we could drop it in A for now. If we decide that nothing else is better than this, then we can bump it up to S.
I was gonna say put it in S tier so we don't forget about it.
Yeah, just put it in S tier for now.
Okay, yeah, we'll drop it S tier. I think that's a fair ranking.
It was definitely like the IP that defined like this is the tone we were aiming for in a Marvel movie where it's like we're here for a good time, we have a great story like behind all the jokes, like it was just a good time.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's very it sort of brought us into the cosmic side of Marvel. It introduced that very well and got us all ready for like the craziness that was going to be phase 3. So I'm perfectly fine putting that in S tier. It's funny too because these two movies came out the same year, Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy. So it was a good fucking year for Marvel. But let's see what is next.
Black Widow, baby.
Black Widow. Okay.
I'd put that in D tier to be honest.
Yeah, D's fine with me.
Okay. I was gonna say C, but like high C, but group consensus.
That's what I'm saying. I'd say like that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that would be D, and I'd put Ragnarok.
Put it to the left of Ragnarok though, because I think it's a little bit better than Ragnarok.
Okay.
Well, just because it has Florence. Yeah.
I'll say D, but Florence Pugh gets an S.
Yeah, Florence Pugh. We'll get to that tier list later.
We can add her image right there. Yes. Yeah, no, I agree. This movie is not better than Infinity War, so I think putting it in D is fine. Yeah, next up, easy F for me, but I'm curious. Guardians 2. I think this movie is just a train wreck. It's everything that the first one tried to do, but it does it worse.
I don't give a shit about this movie. You can put it wherever you want.
Yeah, I don't care either.
All right, I'm dropping it in F, and if anyone gets mad at me, you can call out just me. I do not like that movie at all. Okay, yeah, I think this is another contender for S tier. That maybe we could just put in A tier for right now. But Black Panther.
Yeah, I would say that's S tier. But I'm biased because the color of my skin.
Yeah, Seabass is white for everyone who's wondering, so he would be very biased against. Yeah, so I think, do we want to put it here for now and then maybe discuss at the end?
Let's throw it up in S tier and we'll whittle it down later.
Okay. Yeah, fantastic movie though. Okay, next up we have Endgame. I'm actually okay putting Endgame right where Infinity War is.
Yeah, I'm good with that. It's pretty pretty easy.
F tier. Next one's F tier.
Oh, dude, I was gonna put it in like B.
You're gonna put the Incredible Hulk in B tier?
I like the Incredible Hulk movie. I know I'm the only one.
This is the Edward Norton.
This is
one,
the Edward
right?
Norton one. I
Okay.
actually like this movie. I think the
Oh, okay.
soundtrack is great.
Wait. Is that the one where? Hold on, give me a second, because I have to like pull back from my child. Is that the one that the PS2 video game was based off of?
No,
Like,
that's Ang Lee's Hulk.
The one with Abomination?
Oh, are you talking about Ultimate Destruction?
Yeah.
So that
on GameCube,
story
too.
so this came out after that game, but that storyline is very similar to this game or to this movie.
There's a storyline. I just remember fucking destroying shit, and then Abomination would come out the cut and be like, "What's up, nigga?"
Well, you had General Ross, who, like, he's in both of those, and then it's the Abomination storyline. You get like the first part of it is Ed Norton in Brazil, and you get some fun chase sequences there.
Yeah, and then like the blood goes into the bottle, and then somebody dies from it, and they're like, "Oh, let's weaponize his blood," and then they made the super soldier. And then he became obsessed, and he became Abomination, right?
Yeah, they kill Stan Lee in this movie, actually.
Okay.
He's the one that drinks the bottle with his blood in it, and then he fucking dies. Like, that's his cameo in this movie.
Yeah. Okay. So I haven't seen this movie since like 2007, so I can't really. I don't have an opinion on it. I mean, my dad loves the Incredible Hulk, so I enjoyed his happiness when I watched it. But like,
I would be comfortable if you guys want to put this in, because there's a lot of bad aspects about this movie. I'm okay with C.
But I didn't see. Is this the one where they had that whole like thing too, where he's like, I can't fuck you because then if my heart rate goes up, I'll turn into the Hulk.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd put that in C tier. That's tight.
Okay. That bumps it up. You were gonna put it in D. You're like, you know what? That scene. Yeah, okay, we'll drop it in C for now.
The only reservation I have about that is I think Black Widow is better, but
oof, I do not agree.
Okay,
but that's fine.
I don't know.
That's fine.
Yeah. Well, I also didn't agree with Black Widow in D. I don't think the Incredible Hulk gets a D. I think I'm comparing it to Black Widow, which I had to compromise on.
In my eyes. Okay, hold on. In my eyes. So I haven't watched the Hulk in like 10 years, but I'd put it on the same level as, not the same, well, maybe slightly lesser than Black Widow, just because of the modernization and shit. But I think the Incredible Hulk was just a good time. Like I didn't like the story, but I just like the aspect of two fucking monsters beating each other up. Edward Norton not being able to get his dick hard, because if he gets his dick hard, he turns into the Incredible Hulk. That's just hilarious. I think Black Widow has like those elements that I could like relate to. I think I cried at one part. I can't remember though. But then like I just enjoyed Black Widow because it was, to me, it was a fun movie, and Florence Pugh just captures my heart.
Listen, this might be a Connor personal bias that I put it here. If you guys want to move it up, we can. I think this is good because I don't think it's a better movie than either of the Avengers movies.
But just put it in bottom C tier.
I think the point is the Incredible Hulk and Black Widow are very close. I think they're teetering the edge of C and D. I'm cool just leaving it here and saying they're like teetering on the edge. Like they could drop or ascend to either one.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I think we should just put it in C, because I feel like C is the rank where it's like, this is a Marvel movie. Like it's just.
Are you talking about Black Widow?
Yeah, yeah, because like.
Okay.
All right, Connor. You know what? I'm gonna email Florence Pugh right now.
You gonna tell on me? I think Ragnarok is better than Black Widow easily. It's not a great movie, but I still think it's way better. At least it has fucking style, which Black Widow is totally devoid of. But all right, this hurts my soul, but I'll move it up there for now.
See, this is why we need the MCU Bay tier list after this.
I think we can all. I think that's something
we can agree on.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do that after this because I'm actually really excited about that. Thor: Dark World, I'm fine putting that in D with Ragnarok. I actually think it's better than the first Thor, and it's probably pretty close to being on par with the third one.
I thought it was worse than the first Thor.
Yeah, I thought it was worse than the first Thor, to be honest.
That's a solid like F tier for me, but
I
here's
have
what it
to
is.
agree with Chris on
All
this
right,
one.
I'll put it F, but let me at least put it before Thor 1, because Thor 1 is all fucking sideways. The whole movie is a Dutch angle, and it's really annoying to watch. And this movie doesn't have that. So I'll put it F, but above Thor. I think that's fair.
Okay, I'm happy it's an F tier. I'll
For you
compromise.
compromising with Black Widow, I'll compromise with this.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The next two, I actually think for me get probably the same placement. Spider-Man: Far From Home, I think is easily A tier.
A tier. Put that in
Yeah.
A tier.
Yeah, that movie's awesome. Everything I didn't like about Homecoming, I think that movie did better.
Yeah. No, for real.
And then for me, Captain America 1 would also fall A tier. I love that movie.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
high A tier for me.
Yeah, I would say I'd probably put that before Iron Man 3, to be honest.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
but
I would-
I'd also put Spider-Man before Iron Man 3.
Yeah, I would put both of those.
I can
Okay.
agree with that. I can agree with that.
Yeah,
I actually might move Iron Man back. Iron Man 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would
Yeah.
put both of those ahead of Iron Man. Like,
So like this?
that. That's yeah.
Yeah, I can agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. I think
Yeah.
we need to work on B a little bit. So let's do that
Yeah,
before we do the
put
TV.
Ant-Man and the Wasp after Ant-Man 1.
Okay. So I would put this back here.
Yeah.
Does that look good to you guys?
Yeah, that looks good to me.
Yeah, Civil War being the front is, I think, the correct move. Yeah, I'm good with this.
Okay. Yeah, and then all these down here, I think
That
are
makes
fine.
sense. Yeah, those are good.
Do you guys just want to do 3 S tier movies?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah. I can't see Black Panther going down to A. I think those three are definitively the best.
If I had to move one, it would probably be Guardians.
Yeah, Guardians.
That would be
down to
mine
A.
to drop, but I would like to keep it S tier.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. So let's do TV shows. We'll do them in the order they came out, I guess. WandaVision for me is half a good show, so I would put that like B or C.
Yeah,
I'd go B. I really enjoyed it.
I
Yeah.
would put back end of B.
back end of B. I can agree with that.
I'm cool with that.
I think that's fair. Falcon the Winter Soldier to me
C.
is C.
Yeah. C.
Still haven't seen it, so I'll trust you guys.
Yeah.
It's very average.
Yeah. It's just they did what they had to do. That's how I see it. They did what they had to do.
I might move it in front of Black Widow. I think I enjoyed it more than Black Widow, so I'll do that. But
I have seen the first episode, and that was better than Black Widow. But
yeah, so we'll do that, and then we'll go from there. The only S tier TV show we got
yes.
Loki.
Oh yeah. Okay, wait, hold on. Can we change the picture to female Loki?
Oh, Sylvie. Oh, is she
No.
on that list, Seabass?
Yeah, she's on the list. She's
Okay,
on the
perfect.
boy,
Okay.
Yeah,
good.
she's on the list. Don't worry.
Yeah, TV show for Loki, easily an S tier. Best thing out of the MCU in a long time.
All right, we
Which
should.
I can't believe I'm saying that. I had no expectations for that show.
Me neither. Let's do the up and comers. What are the most anticipated? in
Oh,
here?
should we predict where we think they're going to be and then come back to this video later?
Ooh, yes. Okay, you're gonna have to give me a refresher on some of these. So the new Spider-Man's the multiverse Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, that's going to be allegedly the multiverse Spider-Man. It's going to take place after Loki, so a lot of
I'm gonna say it's gonna be B, but it has the potential to be A. But I feel like there's just so much like content that they want to cover that it's not gonna. I think they're gonna just like fall on their ass.
I totally agree.
I'm high risk, high rewarding this as A because they could really fuck it up.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm going to say, can we do back end of A? Is that fair?
Yeah.
yeah. Let's do back end of it.
Okay.
Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, is that it?
Yeah, Kamala Khan. I think this is going to be very average.
Yeah, I'd put it on par with probably. I think it's gonna be Ragnarok levels of like average.
I'll put it like maybe in front of Falcon the Winter Soldier, but I think it's still C tier.
I think that's fair because I feel like they're going to try to tackle the same tone that Falcon and the Winter Soldier tackled. Race wise, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Shang-Chi, I have
Shang-Chi.
no idea how Shang-Chi is going to be.
Me neither. I would put it back into C.
Back
It
end of
might
season.
be cool. I don't know. Like because I didn't know if Black Panther was gonna be cool. And I came in and walked out like fucking ecstatic. I was like, that was one of the best movies I've ever seen. And
I put it.
I feel like, for first Asian lead, I don't know. Maybe they'll kill it. So I want to be hopeful.
I might put B like somewhere like maybe right before WandaVision.
Behind
Yeah,
WandaVision.
yeah, I'd put it
Behind
behind.
WandaVision. Okay.
I was
I'm fine
more.
with
I
that.
was probably gonna go like middle of the road C, like
Yeah.
around Hulk somewhere, but I'm cool
Okay.
with that.
Yeah, I think this is a okay placement. What If actually comes out tomorrow. The first episode premieres for What If.
I have no idea what this is about.
It's basically just a bunch of alternate version. It's like a cartoon show, but it's like, hey, what if Peggy Carter was Captain America instead? So it's like alternate reality kind of thing. I don't think this is going to be that good.
How long are the episodes is my question.
I think they're only like 30 minutes long.
They need to be. I think they should be shorter than that. If this was like a shorts where it's like 15-minute segments of what ifs, then I'd put it at bottom of C tier.
Yeah,
Because it's a good thing to see, but you're not gonna miss anything if you don't watch it.
yeah, no, I agree. Oh, sorry, what?
Is this like an anthology series where like every episode's different?
I don't know. I don't know.
Every episode will be a different thing. I don't think it's canon either.
I know it's not canon, but I don't know if it's like that where it's like this episode's about what if Peggy's this. I don't know if it's all gonna tie together or like what. Because the way they present it, like the trailer, made it seem like they're gonna tie it all together somehow. But
if it's like an anthology series and they don't tie it together, I have high hopes for it. If not, then but I feel like
trash.
Marvel being Marvel will try and tie it together somehow, and I'll hate the ending. But
yeah, no, I totally agree with that. So I think that's fine where it is. I don't know why I have a really bad feeling about Eternals. I feel like it's gonna be right here.
D, I think so too. I can agree with that.
Everything I've seen so far does not look good. And I think it's gonna be like maybe on par or a little better than like Captain Marvel.
I'll trust you on this. I don't know much about it.
I can get behind that.
Okay. And the last one is Hawkeye, which I'm actually really excited for because I love the Hawkeye character. I think Jeremy Renner fucking kills it. I could see this being like high B, low A.
Is it an origin story of Kate Bishop, or is it about actually like Clint?
I think it's him training her, so they're both going to be in the show.
I think I would agree with your place then.
Jeremy Renner is going to be in this.
Yeah,
Jeremy Renner will be in this.
I would say high B.
High B, low A. Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it like top B.
Yeah, if it's about, because I'm very enthusiastic with the whole like Kate Bishop thing, and I think I saw the actress who's doing it, so I think that whole thing's gonna be cool and it has a lot of potential. But if it was just about fucking just Hawkeye, I'd be like, fuck that shit. Even if it was like the storyline where he's like Ronin or whatever, like the fucking assassin, then I'd still be like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I agree. It needed to move his character forward. It didn't need to be like any sort of prequel. And I think that's what they're doing. So I'm pretty excited for it. But yeah, that's our list. I guess we'll come back to this once everything's out, like once all of these have come out, and then we can like see how we did or if we feel the same way.
Yeah.
That's good.
But yeah, that's it for now. Seabass, do you have the other one up? Do we want to do that or do we want to save it for later?
I sent it to Chris.
We might need to save it. We're running a little late on time.
Okay. How much time are we already over?
I think we're at like an hour. Just about, almost.
Okay. Well, I was going to talk about the Back for Blood thing, but I mean, we can honestly just go into recommendations and call it. That the Marvel thing went on way longer than I thought.
I think we can do Back for Blood, just a quick thing.
Okay, yeah. So I guess just for anybody who doesn't know, Back for Blood is going to be the new kind of Left 4 Dead spiritual successor. It's a 4-player co-op survival zombie game, and the beta just opened up. I want to say it was on Thursday last week or something. It opened up relatively recently, and there were a bunch of videos that surfaced online of some of the noises that the zombies were making, and they were kind of interesting. And I'm going to play a clip for you right now. You're going to see that.
What did you call me?
And we're back, and you see what the problem is.
You played it?
Yeah, I'm gonna insert it right there.
Oh boy.
Well, everyone needs context. But yeah, so the zombies are, pretty clearly saying the N-word. It was interesting because it is clearly just two different, it was someone in a studio going rah, blah, 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 making zombie noises, and it was just an unfortunate placement of two different sound bites put together.
That's what they say.
Which is what they say. Yeah, I can read the actual, because they just came out with a response to everything that had happened, and I can read what they said. This is from WB Games. Quote, "Our team has been made aware of the offensive language that can be heard when playing the game. This was not recorded or ever intended to be part of our gameplay. The audio is a result of two different ridden, which I guess ridden is like the zombies, ridden growls that are playing simultaneously, and when heard together sound like that word. We are working diligently to fix the issue, which should be completed either in time for before the beta is over or when the game actually launches." So this was clearly, at least what they're saying, is that it was just, a mix up of sound bites. I'm very inclined to believe them on this. I can't imagine that this is something that they would do on purpose.
I also want to believe them. It is beta, and like a lot of stuff isn't polished. A lot of the testing hasn't gone through. Unfortunately, they didn't catch this one. I want to believe them that. I mean, that's just silly if that's like an intentional noise. So
Is it silly or is it historically accurate if the map is taking place in 1842?
are they racist zombies?
Maybe the plantation got taken over,
Is this game set in rural Georgia in the 1960s?
I don't know.
That's a game right there. Fucking racist zombies. I'm very inclined to. I mean, if you want to put on your tin hat or whatever and come up with a bunch of conspiracy theories, you could say that this was put in the game because they knew people would find it. They knew it would cause a whole uproar on Twitter of people making videos.
Free marketing.
Yeah, free marketing. People, they were like, "Oh, we really want this game to sell well. If we do something like this and claim it's an accident, A, we don't get in trouble, and B, our game is very, it gets a lot of press." But I think this was totally accidental.
You've had regular zombies. You've had Nazi zombies. Now get ready for KKK zombies.
Everyone who doesn't pick a white character, the zombies only go after them.
Oh no.
You gotta make it randomized at least.
Oh yeah, that's true. So it's like capture the flag. You just have to protect the one guy in your party.
Yeah.
Instead of being repelled by fire, they actually go towards like cross burnings or whatever.
Oh no. Oh my god. We gotta end this bit.
I think we have a hit game, boys.
I think we do.
I'll openly
say. Do we have a title?
I'll say "fuck the Klan." I think we can get behind that.
Fuck the Klan, is that the title of the game? You gotta kill all the zombies.
No, but that is going to be in our marketing campaign.
I mean, I don't really see the difference between doing, like, if they've done Nazi zombies, like shooting Klan zombies would be essentially the same thing.
Yeah, it's like a villain, just zombie form.
Is a zombie form of a horrible group. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I could see it going, I think the backlash would be too significant to ever announce something like that. But at the same time, it's kind of the same theory behind it,
Yeah. Yeah. It's a sensitive topic. I mean, I don't think they could do it. It's still causing uproar.
Yeah, no, that's true. If you want to, though, besides the video I just played, if you look up compilations of the zombies screaming that in the beta, people recording it, hilarious. So funny. People's reaction to that.
I'm curious if like how much testing they did, because if it's happening to like this rate, you thought they would have caught it by now.
It's interesting because some people online are saying that they've played it and they haven't noticed it at all. Like it just hasn't come up for them. So it could just be a random grouping of sounds for particular
just, like,
people who play the game.
Very low chance of it happening.
Yeah,
so not
exactly.
everybody's going to experience it.
Exactly.
And maybe not everybody is like as tuned when that happens,
Yeah, no, that's true.
I wouldn't notice for sure. I wouldn't notice it if I was playing. I wouldn't notice them saying it.
I also play games pretty quiet, so I might not have even like registered that was what was happening. But it does make, oh my God, I can't imagine how hard it's going to be to go in and find what's making that happen. Like what's putting those two sound bites together. That has to be a pain in the ass.
I would just remove one of the sound bites, right? Because then you eliminate the problem.
Yeah, I imagine the thing with games like this is that it could be thousands of sound bites that they have to go through to try and find, because there's all different, they want it to be as varied as possible. They don't want every zombie making the same noise. So who knows how long it's going to take. I think if it was as simple as like Control Alt Delete, they wouldn't have even put out a statement. They would have just been like, yep, it's gone. But they were like, hey, we're going to work on this and hopefully it'll be done by the time the game comes out, which to me makes it sound like it's more complicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was just a really interesting thing that happened. Like, of all the controversies to come out with a game, I've never seen that before.
What a time to be alive, dude.
What a time to be alive. All right. Do you guys want to do recommendations?
Recommendations.
What you got, Connor? You go first.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, actually, I do have something. I have been playing a Splitgate, which is this super fun online. It's basically a Halo clone, but it also uses portals. Basically, the exact same way that the game Portal uses portals. You shoot one, you shoot the other. You can run through them. But the game plays exactly like Halo. It's got an AR, BR, DMR. It's very jumpy like Halo is. And it's super fun. Like, it's probably the best Halo game I've played since Reach. So it's free too. It's a free to play game. So I would highly recommend everybody check that out.
Garbage. I can't believe you would suggest such a garbage game. Oh my God.
Have you played it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I don't have any suggestions, to be honest. I've been living under a rock for the past month. So
have anything that you ate recently that you like? Any good food recommendations?
I think I went to this. Oh, dude, I went to this place called Chaplin's, and it's a ramen place, and I got drunken dumplings.
What are those?
What are those?
Dumplings. So they bring out you pick like shrimp, pork, beef, or chicken, and they bring out the dumplings, and then they inject it with whiskey. They bring out like a giant syringe full of whiskey, and then they inject the dumplings with whiskey. And I was like, okay, I look like an alcoholic, but whatever. And I actually ate it, and I was like, this is the best dumpling I've ever had. And I ate 2 of them, and I was already buzzed.
Is it like taste strong?
No, it just tastes like a normal. If anything,
like it's hidden. The whiskey's hidden in there.
If you pick the right, so I would suggest to get the pork, because it takes the alcohol well. It just sucks it up, and then it enhances the taste.
Interesting. Okay.
Did you get to choose the whiskey? That's pretty important.
Yeah, you can choose the whiskey, and you could choose to substitute the alcohol in general. Like, you can pick, if you're a fucking mad lad, you could pick absinthe or whatever.
Absinthe work.
Oh my God.
That shit was good.
If you want to eat dumplings and forget your entire childhood,
Yes. I was having a good time.
I really want to try that. Next time I'm up there, I definitely want to do that. That sounds delicious.
I will take you.
What was this place
Yes.
called?
Chaplains.
Chaplains. That's the least Chinese sounding place I've ever heard.
It's not ran by a Chinese guy, so
It's got dumplings though. I figured it was a Chinese restaurant.
it's a ramen bar. Emphasis on bar.
Oh, if it's a ramen, well, that's Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah, but dude, it's Chaplin's. Obviously, it's a white dude fucking started that shit.
Yeah. Well, it's just like H Mart. It's a Korean mart, but they have all Asian stuff because they know that white people are dumb, and they're like, we just need to put everything Asian in this store. Chris, how about you? Do you have a recommendation?
I have one. I don't think I've recommended this before. I might have, but it was it's All Trails. It's like a website that will like highlight where like there's like hiking trails around you. Like you might not even know. Like there's one like right in your backyard, and it's pretty cool if you want to like find a like really close spot to go hiking.
Cool.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna use that. I just like fucking Google Maps trails.
No, you go All Trails and it like highlights I don't know, maybe Connor, you can put up like a demo. But it just like highlights where everything is and you can zoom in. Like there's one like right down the road to like this like glass factory. I didn't know it was there until I saw on the website. There's like a map satellite view.
That sounds like a car. I'm just picturing you like riding your bike and there's like your tires just blow out riding by the glass factory.
Actually, I used to live in a town where like the only factory, like the only thing there was like a glass factory. And so we used to ride our bikes like around. I don't think I ever blew one from glass.
That's it. I didn't even know they had glass factories. Like,
Yeah, they like have to
glass
process
factory.
it and make it like I think they made like windows or something. Like the thick industrial windows. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've been up there.
I guess that makes sense. It's just shit that you don't think about, like that's in your life, but you don't think about how it gets made. You know, like you're like, oh, it's a fucking
Yeah.
window. It's just there, but you don't think about all the work that has to go into that.
Yeah, I think they make like, you know, like the real thick, like several inch thick, like blocks of glass.
Mm-hmm. For like like office buildings and
Office
stuff like that.
buildings. Yeah, I think like there's like I've seen them in doctors' offices. Things
Gotcha.
you don't ever notice.
No, it's the most thankless job in the world, fucking making glass for boring ass office buildings. But you know, hey, it's a living.
It's gonna be my new career.
I don't know if it's a very good career. Not to shit on anybody, but
Well, it sounds like all these factories are closed down, so it might not be.
I think it did close down like actually like within the past decade. Like
Ooh.
everything else in like rural Appalachia.
I might stick to what you're doing now, Seabass.
If you want to afford chaplains.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. If you want to get drunk while eating food.
It was such an experience.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we're probably going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. We really appreciate it. If you guys want to subscribe, that'd be great. We have a bunch of new highlight videos coming out. We're going to be on a schedule where we're going to try to upload them pretty consistently. I know we'd said that in the past that we were going to do that, but we're going to regiment it so that you guys have pretty much a new video, or at least a new format of video every day during the week. That's going to be our goal. So there's constant content for you guys. But Seabass, thank you so much for being on. We really appreciate it. Chris, thank you for co-hosting. Anything else you want to say before we head off?
I'm good.
All right, great. Bye, everybody. See you next time.
See you next week.